Hey guys, what's going on? This is Scott here at the First Channel, just coming at you with another video, and we're going to unbox an action figure as usual. And today I thought I'd start things off just a little bit different, nothing out of the ordinary. It's still about toys and stuff like that, action figure goodness and all that kind of stuff. I hit at the toy store here recently, and they had some open figures like they usually always do, and I'd been wanting a Hal Jordan Green Lantern, and obviously we got a loose one. This one was $8, but of course, you know, it didn't come with anything, no extra hands, no stand, none of the business, no card, obviously, that we can read off. But I've been wanting a Hal Jordan to put up on the Justice League shelf. In my mind, I'm kind of like, it'd be kind of cool to get like a kind of a Green Lantern core thing kind of going, but I doubt I'll ever go down that road. This will probably be as far as I go. There's that one other Green Lantern, the Scott guy. I can't remember what his last name is. I think it's that, well, I know it's a 2-pack with Solomon and Grundy. And so we got the Hal Jordan. The only downfall is it's got these open hands, like he's holding a weapon of some sort. So it looks a little lame. So I'm hoping at some point or somewhere in my toy collection, I'll have some closed white-handed fist. And then we have our other figure here that we got. Same price on this one, loosey-goosey. I believe it was from the Injustice. It looks like it's Injustice. Pretty sure it was Injustice. This isn't the classic Sinestro, but it was pretty close. And he looks pretty cool. Like I said, just like with the Hal Jordan, this one was a loose one too. This one does have a closed fist though, and then one open hand where it's just like that. Whatever you call it, where they're taking over the world or have the power and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, we got that one there. And then these have been kind of sitting here for a while. I'm really wanting to eventually finish this whole line from Dungeons and Dragons, the animated cartoon from the 80s. Man, I freaking love that show. When I was a kid, I was super into it because I remember vividly still to this day, will they ever get home? You know, because the intro of it starts, they go into the roller coaster and they go into this other world, and they got, it seemed like I remember they got close a few times. The show never got finished. There is a script out there for the final episode, I believe, that never got made. You can find that out there in YouTube land. But yeah, so I do have the show on DVD. I keep saying I'm just going to go back and rewatch it just to kind of remember. But yeah, these guys here, we got them Ollie special, $4 a piece. So we got that one there with, I forgot the pony's name. I'm not real familiar with their exact names from the cartoon anymore because it's been so long. I guess I should have been a little more prepared. But there was only the 3, which was pretty cool though. I thought maybe one day I'll be able to finish this line off, and then I went and I looked online. And I doubt that's going to happen because some of the figures that you don't see at Ollie's on eBay are going for like $100 a piece. Because you got the girl with the pink, whatever, the hood that she wears, that she can become invisible. And then you got kind of the scaredy cat guy that's always trying to run from everything with the shield. The knight, I can't remember his name, but super expensive for that one. And then there's that Tiamat, I think that's his name, that comes with the wizard or whatever his name was. And then there's Venger, I think that's his name too. I'd like to get that too, but man, I have a feeling that since those were so limited out in the wild, that was probably not going to happen. So, but enough of the nonsense talk and all that kind of good stuff. Let's get into the figure we're going to review today. Alright guys, and here we are with some more McFarlane DC Multiverse, and this is one that has been released before, but the one that came out I wasn't too hot about, and then they came out with another Lobo. This one looked like, I don't know, I guess it caught my attention a little more. This is another DC Classic, something I didn't realize until I was kind of looking online last night. I'm guessing this is kind of like what they call the Chase one, because I think the actual regular release, I think it has like the black coat, darker, everything's a little bit darker. This one to me though, it seems a little more comic booky, almost like the first appearance a little bit, I guess. I think there was an Omega Man number 3 was his first appearance. So, but as we have it here, we're checking out the box. Same old stuff. McFarlane Platinum Edition. It just says Lobo. Like I said, classic. And we got some nice Lobo artwork on the back there. Number 58. It comes with the Dolphin, some nice looking weapons, no extra hands. And one thing that kind of disappointed me a little bit when I was looking at it, after the fact, he's just got an open mouth. It doesn't look like it's going to shut. No different face plates, so he's going to be on the shelf constantly yelling or very angry looking. So, but you know, that's Lobo, so it kind of works a little bit, but it would have been nice to get an extra head sculpt. So that's the first negative so far. So, but let's get this sucker popped open. All right, guys, and here we are. We got him out of the box, and it was another one of those when you open it, that smell hits you in the face, takes you back to an easier or less complicated time as a young one with the smell of fresh plastic. And out of the box, we have his bounty hunter looking gun, and we have his hook that we've seen before, and which is kind of cool. The chain is actually kind of a metal, so it's kind of cool. Well, we'll say though, typical McFarlane style, we have some very rubbery weapon there. The gun is very hard. Then the knife is very floppy too, so it's not as bad as some stuff I've seen before in the past. And then we have his Dolphin here, which it is what it is. It's a plastic, no articulation, none whatsoever, no pegs to stick in it so it can stand up. So a little bit disappointing on that. So he's just going to be kind of laying on the ground there. We got our card, which I can't hardly see, but we're going to try because you know how it is if I don't have my glasses. We got Intergalactic Biker Lobo as the last survivor of the alien race, but only because he killed the whole lot of them. Crude, rude, and nearly impossible to kill. The super tough bounty hunter wanders the cosmos on his space bike, looking for new, deserving, what does that say? Bastiches to frag, with plenty of pit stops at local alien bars along the way. Some of that can't really see, but I think that's trying to say bitches. But it says Bastiches. It's kind of weird. The artwork is the same as on the back of the box there. Speaking of bikes, they do have that bike for the new movie Lobo, which I have been seeing him in GameStop. The bike might be kind of working for this because I will say that Lobo figure from the movie looks pretty good, but I'm like, do I really need it or do I want it? I don't know. Maybe if it drops in price and I see it at the toy department, I don't know. I feel like that way for the Supergirl movie is just going to kind of be, you know, the Supergirl figure, the face sculpt on it just looks, it doesn't look that good. So, but here we are with Lobo out of the box. Everything else is looking pretty good on the figure articulation wise. We got pins and everything as usual. He's a thick, heavy boy. The jacket almost feels like it could come off, but it doesn't because it's kind of glued right here at the top, loose at the bottom, glued at the top. But with them doing that, I believe it gives you a little more of that action in the abs there. The waist we have has the ball joint on the waist, which is kind of nice and interesting. I don't know if I've really noticed it a lot with the older McFarlane figures, if it had the ball joint down there. We don't have any extra hands with this figure. The belt looks cool with the skull. The shin guards, the little pokies on the side there, toe articulation. It's a good, man, I gotta say, even though we didn't get extra hands with him to kind of change it up a little bit, and we didn't get a big cigar or anything, which is a little bit disappointing. So negatives, no extra face sculpts or face plates, no extra hands, and no hand with a cigar in it. So because you know Lobo, every time you see him, he's chomping on a cigar. So I never read the Omega Men issue 3 book. It was always in my cart though, because I was always wanting to get that one to just kind of have my collection, because all through the years there's always a time I've had Lobo solo books, but not the Omega Man 3. It's always been kind of a high price book. It was just one of those books I just wanted to have because when you collect comic books, you kind of do some speculation books you'll collect on sometimes, and then there's just the ones you read and love. So never did it though. I might look and see what the price is on that. It seems like back whenever I was looking, it was ranging from like $250 to $300. I think that's if it was a CGC. So, but never happened. We're gonna see it. I think this big boy is gonna be able to stand pretty good on his own, and he does do pretty good on his own. So, and the guns slide right in there. Oh yeah, look at that. It looks really good. So the gun goes in easy, I will say, because he's got these big old hands. His hook, which looks really good with the chain. But we got some positives here, guys. We got some positives. So we'll see with that knife. Ooh, it's not sliding in there very easy. Might have to put a little bit of heat on the hand to open it up a little bit, because some of these McFarlane weapons, it feels like you're going to tear them up. So, but yeah, that's kind of it. I give this one a 5.0. Well, we'll give it a 4.5 just because of the no hands, no extra, the face sculpts, or at least face plates, and no cigar. So other than that, it looks really good. I thought we'd see if we have any other thing pop up on about Lobo. Maybe stuff that I don't know, because I know more Lobo from like the animated cartoon stuff that I watched from the DC. The old DC stuff. Let's see, it pretty much says the same stuff. He's an intergalactic bounty hunter, mercenary, and biker from the planet Czarnia. I can't say anything right anymore. He was created by Keith Geffen and Roger Sleffer, debuting in Omega Man number 3 in 1983. Wow, 1983, crazy. So Lobo is kind of like a Deadpool-ish figure, but came out way before Deadpool. Basically, his personality: loud, crude, and violent, obsessed with money and reputation, surprisingly committed to keeping his word, a lover of motorcycles, heavy metal, cigars, and chaos. So no cigar for us. He possesses strength and ability-wise, superhuman strength, incredible durability and vulnerability, regenerative healing, immense stamina and speed, master-level hand-to-hand combat skills, expert marksmanship, advanced alien weapons, and technology, which should come in very handy. I know he's gone toe-to-toe with Superman, which it already says frequently battles Superman. Has worked with groups like Justice League and Legion. Father of Crush, a member of the Teen Titans Crush. That's weird. I've never heard of him. Wow, Crush. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen him before. If you have heard of Crush, just put down below what you've seen him in, or what does he look like. I guess I could have looked him up, but we're not going to do that at the moment. Fun fact, Lobo was originally intended as a parody of ultra-violent comic characters like Wolverine and the Punisher, but readers loved him so much that he became one of DC's biggest cult favorites of the 90s. And that just says, in 26, Lobo is making his big screen debut in the film Supergirl, portrayed by Jason Momoa. And another side note about Jason Momoa, he has been wanting to play Lobo since before Zack Snyder's DCU, or whatever you want to call it. So that's what he thought he originally got hired for. And they said Aquaman. He was like, okay. I don't remember what his exact words were, but he was assuming it was going to be Lobo. So, but yeah, that's kind of it, guys. Pretty quick little look at old Lobo. Super nice pickup. If you got the original one, just comment down below which one do you think you like better. I have this one, so I guess I like this one. I would kind of like the darker jacket and stuff like that, but that is the only one I saw, so that is whatever. So, but I guess I'll let y'all go. If y'all could, like and subscribe, and anybody out there, just comment down below. Tell me what you think about Dungeons and Dragons. Did you try collecting that line that came out from Hasbro? I know we kind of talked about that earlier, but I'm just curious, did you get the whole wave, or does no one into the Dungeons and Dragons cartoons? You're a real Dungeons and Dragons kind of guy or gal out there. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. Y'all have a good one. Later.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.